Yo, Kpaceguy here. What's going on YouTube? So right now we have the soundbar put in a more traditional spot back in the bigger home theater. It's a bigger room than what it was in the last two videos. So we're going to play some movies now just to see what it sounds like. This is what people are going to be buying a soundbar for, to replace the sound that comes out of the speakers of the television. So we are going to put it right where most people would have it, right there smack dab in the living room. So you can see the setup. Let me grab some focus for you real quickly. So you can see the setup. I didn't bother tightening up the wires or anything because this is definitely temporary. All the big speakers and subwoofers are off. So we're just going to use the little subwoofer that comes with it, the sound bar. And then if you guys can see on top of the bookshelf there and the bookshelf there, there are the surround sound speakers for you right there. So I'm going to go over and show you all the components are off. We're using the Oppo 203 to power the Blu-rays. So we're going to be using 2012, the movie, for a demo there. If I can keep focus. Let me see what's going on here. There we go. Okay, so we're using 2012 as the test video. We're using scene number 6 for reference. If you guys want to test your own home theater out, we're using scene number 6 for reference. And we're just going to use a sound bar. I've went through and calibrated it to my personal liking, where I think it sounds best at. So it's in movie mode right now. And then we're going to go ahead and put it to a comfortable volume, and then we're going to give a pretty good review on it and what I think and if it's better than getting a regular home theater. So again, all the speakers that you see in here are off other than the sound bar, the subwoofer from the sound bar, and then the small satellites on top of the bookshelf. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
upgraded to 10.9 by the guys at Harvard.
Alright guys, so that was scene number 6 from 2012. And let me tell you, there's a lot of good things that I'm hearing from this small little sound bar. Again, this is a 32-inch sound bar from Vizio, the SB3251E-NO, I believe, or N-EO. I'm not really sure. It'll be in the description or in the title itself. But it's actually really good, minus a few things. Okay, so let's talk about SPL level. So this is a bigger room than the bedroom was that we were originally watching the subwoofer move and the unboxing in. And it was probably turned up just at halfway. And it's plenty loud enough for me to comfortably experience the movie the way that I'm supposed to. The only downside to this is the subwoofer itself. The soundbar gets far louder than the subwoofer is capable of getting because of distortion. And so those high action movie scenes where there's a lot of bass, a lot of rumble, a lot of thunder, a lot of car crashes, the ground was breaking, just chaoticness, the subwoofer cannot handle high SPL levels with that. Now, this certain subwoofer was rated down to 20 hertz, and it gets pretty low. I'll say about a good 35 before you stop hearing anything. So not quite 20 hertz, but it's convincing between 35 and up to about 200, 250. So it's really, really good. The soundbar doesn't add any extra bass at all to the subwoofer or to the whole experience as a whole. What it does when you turn the bass up to the soundbar, it kind of just adds a little more fullness to the speaker, the center channel speaker that's inside of it. A little more fullness to that, but the subwoofer is totally independent. As far as settings go, I had my bass turned down on the soundbar pretty much all the way, maybe just a little bit shy of it, maybe 20%. And then for the subwoofer, I had it just above halfway, so maybe out of 25, it was maybe around 16 or 17. And then the volume was halfway overall on the soundbar itself. As far as the surround sound effects goes, this is actually a fantastic sounding surround sound system. And I can really say that if you don't want to get a home theater, but you still want the home theater experience, this is really good. The subwoofer is what's killing this thing though. There is no true bass. It just sounds like a bunch of muffled, muddy bass, and you can expect that from a small box made of cheap wood, cheap plastics, things like that. It sounds just like it's made, and you're gonna get what you pay for. But again, that surround sound experience sounds really, really good. I almost want to say this soundbar would sound better without the subwoofer, and that's really hard for me to say because movies are everything with subwoofers. If you don't have a subwoofer in your home theater, you're missing out on like 40 or 50% of the experience. And so with this subwoofer, it sounds so bad that it's almost better not to have it because all you can hear is just the muddiness and things like that. Now, the audience that's going to be using a soundbar may not think that, that hard about that. They may not know what they're missing because they don't have a dedicated home theater or anything like that. But if you're coming from a home theater of any sort, any bookshelf, any floor standing speaker, they're going to sound better than a soundbar no matter which company you go with, no matter what model you choose. They're going to sound better than the soundbar. So if you're coming from any kind of home theater to a soundbar, you're going to notice these things I'm talking about, especially the subwoofer. The subwoofer is the first thing you're going to notice. But again, the audience that's going to be getting soundbars are those who don't want a big form factor, don't want a big home theater. They just want a little bit better speakers than the TV provides. And this thing does it well. And this is not even Vizio's higher tier soundbars. This is probably the mid-level soundbars. They have like maybe 4 or 5 up above this one, including some Dolby Atmos integrated soundbars, which I might get my hands on just to go ahead and see if that's convincing, because I'm impressed with the sound that I was getting from the satellite speakers, and I'll show you them here. The ones that were sitting right here on my bookshelves, one there and one across the room on the other side, they actually sounded fantastic. There's 2 settings on the remote for the menu. There's a surround up and down volume, so you can turn the satellites up and down, but there's a surround balance volume control too. And what I found was most convincing was to turn up that surround balance all the way up. Because what that does is add a little more separation between the channels for left and right in the front, and then of course surround left and surround right back. They sounded much better when you bump that up because the soundbar itself is so much louder than everything else. So you really want it to match. But then go to the surround volume and kind of bring that down towards middle, maybe just a little bit higher than halfway, and it sounded most convincing. When I had surround all the way up, I was still missing something. I could hear it, but it wasn't convincing. It was too is too objective. I could really tell where the sound was coming from, and I lost immersion that way because I knew where the sound was coming from. I knew there were speakers over there. But once I kind of brought down the surround and brought up the surround balance is when I started to get tricked as to where my speakers were, and I was just hearing a full range of sound. Now I want to address one more thing about the soundbar, and it's the front stage. Now with this soundbar, you see it's rather small down there. It's just a good 32 inches wide down there, guys. So the issue with that soundbar is separation, the stereo separation. And when I say stereo separation, what I'm meaning is the difference between the left speaker, the center speaker, and the right speaker. And since the soundbar houses all three of those speakers within that small frame, you're having issues with hearing what's coming from the left, what's coming from the right. But it is a fantastic center channel, I'll tell you that. So what I recommend again was tuning up that surround balance, because it's going to add some separation to that left and right, so it doesn't all sound like one sound coming from one pinpoint, which is what you don't want in home theater. You want it to kind of immerse you, envelop you in a sound, and this is really difficult for something this small to get. So I recommend those who are looking at soundbars to try to get as big of a soundbar as you can. And when I say big, I mean as wide as you can get it. How many inches wide that soundbar can be. Get the biggest one you can afford, because you're really going to have issues with the surround sound effect whenever you have a small form factor. So I had issues in that demo watching, I had issues watching it because I couldn't tell what was coming from my left and from my right, but I could tell what was coming from my side and my front, but not from, you know, the left or the right side. So it was kind of weird, but it was okay. It's actually really, really good. So in conclusion, do I recommend getting a soundbar? Yes, if you're going to get a good one. If you're not going to get a good one, don't get one at all. If you're going to get one just to boost the audio in your speakers, which is what most people are going to do, then of course get one, because you can't go wrong with boosting your audio in your speakers. But if you're looking for a soundbar to get started in home theater, I think you should look elsewhere. This soundbar originally cost about $200. You can find it cheaper now because it's a little bit older of a model. But soundbars go as much as receivers can go, they go as much as speakers can go. So you can get yourself some small, really good speakers for about the same price as a pretty decent soundbar. So I recommend, if you have the space, just get a couple floor standing speakers, or maybe even just some bookshelf speakers and put them on stands. They're not going to take up any space whatsoever, and they'll give you enough bass that you won't need a subwoofer, and they'll definitely sound better than that subwoofer down here at the bottom. They'll definitely sound better than that. So definitely take a look at that. And I think basically, guys, what I'm trying to say is, if you're gonna get a home theater, get a home theater. Soundbars, keep it for those who are gonna upgrade their sound just from the television. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, definitely leave a like on this video. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about soundbars? What's your favorite company of soundbar? And definitely hit that subscribe button for more videos. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next video. Kpaceguy out. Yo, Kpaceguy here. What's going on, YouTube? So if you made it this far into this video, you have just entered yourself in a chance of winning this vizio soundbar that I've been reviewing for you the past couple of days. Right here in my hand is a video that I made probably 2 weeks ago, my home theater setup for 2019. Inside that video, within the last 10 minutes, is a special number 1 through 1000 that pops up in the end for about 3 seconds. If you can tell me that number in the comments below of this video, you will win the soundbar. I'll send it straight to you, absolutely free. You win the giveaway. So again, the rules are, click this video right here in my hand, and at the end of the video, between the last 10 minutes or so, a number pops up at the end. If you can tell me that number in this video in the comments below, the first person to tell me that number will win the vizio soundbar. But of course, you have to be a subscriber. I give away to my subscribers because they're my most loyal viewers, my reoccurring friends. So only subscribers can win this. So if you're not subscribed, now's the time to subscribe. This is probably my biggest giveaway other than my PV1000 that I gave away a while back. So this is my next giveaway, my soundbar that I'm giving for you. It's about a $200 soundbar, and it's absolutely free for you if you win. So guys, make sure you click that video, look back towards the end, find that number that pops up on the screen for about 3 seconds. Then come back to this video that you're watching now, leave me a comment down below what number you saw at the end. The first person to leave a comment of that number is the winner of the soundbar. Of course, I'll be checking if you're a subscriber or not. So if you are a subscriber, you will win. If you're not, then I'll go to the next person that entered, the next one runner-up to the time that the comment was posted. So keep commenting. Make sure you comment. You may be a winner, even if you're the third or the fourth, depending on if there's subscribers or not. So go back, watch that video, give me that number, and you're entered to win that soundbar. So have fun, guys. Safe hunting, and we'll see you in the next video. I'll be announcing the winner on Monday, so stay tuned. Kpaceguy out.